Yeah.
Fear. It's one of the few things that we, as all human beings, collectively share. Not so much on the particulars, but on the concept itself. Everybody is scared of something. Bugs, planes, people, food. No matter what you're scared of, it is perfectly understandable most times. And if you need any more convincing that what you believe to be not normal actually is, most fears out there have a professional diagnosis, each with their own name and classification. However, sometimes just because your condition has a classified name doesn't mean I'm going to take you seriously. Like, really? You're scared of your own hands? How do you expect to live your daily life every time you try to eat or write something? You got this thought in the back of your mind that your hand's gonna get possessed by a ghost and try to choke you to death. You climb up the diving board before you jump into the pool and you look at your hands and you realize, what if they don't paddle for me? My hand's just gonna let me drown. So then you go home and you remember there's one way to solve this problem. As many know, fear often stems from the idea of not understanding what is presented in front of you. And of the various people that inhabit our world, who understands the least? Children.
Stupid babies.
They're dumb. They don't know nothing. You give a kid a math problem and he's gonna cry about it and go play with his Legos. As kids, we understand the least, and therefore, we fear the most. Most fears are built up when someone is a lot younger compared to their adult selves. You learn to toughen up and understand more of what you're seeing. But as kids, man, they don't know. They just see a black blob heading towards them. They better run! Dude looking like he better grab me a prize. So today, I want to discuss the fears that I personally faced as a child. And I'm not one to waste time, so let's jump right into it. Because time scares me too.
Oh, is that a Cheeto crumb on the floor? Bang, in the box. It's a cursed Cheeto crumb now.
We're just gonna get the easy stuff out of the way. Everybody's scared of the basement. This isn't exclusive to just children. It might be a fear that develops during that time period, but it's something that sticks with you throughout your entire life. Just something about the nature of a dimly lit, somewhat musky basement is just so eerie to the human mind. Once you flick that light off, you are dashing up those stairs. And even once you reach the top, you still have the instance to turn around and look down and see that there was nothing there in the first place.
I got a Glock in my arm.
I remember when the whole clown epidemic thing was going around. You saw people telling all these stories and you saw all these random sightings on YouTube and whatnot. And every once in a while, my family went on night drives. We'd go like deer spotting and whatnot. And I always had the lingering fear of some clown jumping out of the woods in front of the car, which is kind of stupid because the dude's just going to get run over anyway. I do also remember one time that there was apparently a clown going around the high school building. At that point, you're just asking to get jumped, dude. Of course, you gotta bring up Spirit Halloween when you're talking this kind of stuff. Everybody was scared of the animatronics when they were little. Those huge pads on the floor that said "Press Me," they may have well have just been warning symbols at that point. During the Halloween season, my parents always put this cheap little paper ghost that would move along a string on our porch. And I always like checking the mail, but whenever that thing came around, dude, like, man, I don't want a ghost haunting me for my mail, bruh. That fuck that. And then whenever we decided to go to like any of the local horror attractions, yeah, you were not getting me to walk around those houses, bro. At best, you'll get me on the hayride, and even then, I was kind of iffy on that too. One of two things is gonna happen: either a clown is gonna shake the cage in front of me, or last thing I need to be doing is sitting next to EDP on a hay bale. All right, I want to switch gears for a minute here and talk about some fears I had that were associated with video games. Because are you truly a gamer if one hasn't made you piss yourself? In 2014, I was 9 years old, so of course I was deeply involved with the FNAF craze at the time, watching Markiplier, all these fucking game theories and shit. While I wasn't able to play these games legitimately at the time because I didn't have a computer at home that could run them, and I didn't really understand the concept of paying money to download a game on my Amazon Kindle Fire. So like most of my friends, I had to turn to the easiest alternative to experience these games. Scratch.com. I played FNAF 1 and 2 on Scratch all the time, at school, at home, at school again. But one particular memory I have is beating the second night of FNAF 2 in the living room on my Chromebook. It was pretty late at night, almost bedtime, and I was so excited about this. I was so proud of this achievement. I told my dad, I was like, "Dad, I beat the second night of FNAF 2. I'm not scared at all." And then he looks over at me and says, "All right, walk upstairs without turning the light on." Bitch, you think I'm crazy? Dude wanted me to die, bro. What if Toy Chica's waiting at the top of my stairs, just sitting there, bro? Damn, on second thought, maybe I should went up those stairs. At one point, I was at my aunt's house, and she gave me 2 games for my Xbox 360. Condemned Criminal Origins and Looney Tunes Acme Arsenal. One of these games was a deep experience with cool weapons, a fun combat system, iconic characters, a cool story that I played for dozens of hours. And the other one was scary as fuck!
I say you're pissing too darn loud, boy.
Halo 3 and 4 were always childhood staples for me, and the Flood was always pretty scary. I never went to the strip clubs in GTA 5 because I feared my parents would walk in the room. Satan from Castle Miner Z, FortniteBurger.net. Like most people with a pulse during this generation, I played Telltale's The Walking Dead, and I actually really like this game. It's a really good one. But as a kid, once I got to the part where you gotta cut Lee's arm off, yeah, I turned the game off and never played it again. Look me dead in the eye and say pressing A isn't the scariest thing you've ever done. Oh, Herobrine. Herobrine's scary as hell, man. I made an entire world in creative where it was just a bunch of Herobrine portals, and then one day I went in there after school and I thought my chest was moved by a block, and I thought he was real, dude. That proves it. He's real.
Oh, I want diamonds!
Yeah, sorry, old heads. No piano from Super Mario 64 around here. Although I did watch Robot Chicken one time as a kid. And by coincidence, it was that one episode where Mario and Luigi go to like Detroit or something, and they get killed in the shootout, and that made me think that Mario was like dead. Like, dude, there's no more games, dude. He's dead. He's dead. No more games. I don't know what to do, bro. No more Mario. On that topic, Scary Spaghetti. Oh yeah, man. Smile Dog, Ben Drowned, Jeff the whitewashed looking ass killer. Any of those lost episodes of TV shows and whatnot, like the one where it's like the grieving from Gumball. I watched a video on that and thought it was real and scared the fuck out of me. Slender Man actually didn't really get me at all. I think Scott the Woz put it best on that one.
I can be scared of something without a face. He can't even fucking sneeze.
I guess YouTube videos added to that too. Mr. Nightmare mainly. I watched a lot of his stuff, and no joke, the way he told these stories, I legitimately thought that all these were like personal stories of him. And all I could think about whenever I listened to his videos were like, damn, this guy's life sucks ass. This video right here, this one always got me, bro. Real scary stuff. It'll make your penis shiver, make your balls quake. Another thing I always thought was real was SCPs. I genuinely believe that every SCP was real, and it was like somehow like a government thing that was like made to be public access, like Tor or whatever, where they just had these documents of all these random monsters that they kept underground for some reason. It was truly scary, bro. Like every SCP was actually terrifying. The box of Captain Crunch Oops All Berries, the endless roll of toilet paper, IKEA. All right, guys, before I go, I want to leave y'all with a true story from my childhood that ended up coinciding with one of my greatest fears as a kid. So, here it is. One day, the family and I decided to go to Field of Screams, a local horror attraction that we usually frequent every year. And this year, when we came in the park entrance, I saw someone in a wheelchair being pushed around. So, my parents told me to go say hi to them. And I was like, I bet. So I walk up and I say hi. And instead of saying anything back, the person behind them must have pressed a button, because it was clearly, at that point, I noticed it was a prop, and it just lunged out of the fucking chair right at my face, dude. And from that point on, I was terrified of people in wheelchairs.
Fuck you.
Anytime we were at a mall and I saw someone wheelchair bound, I'd be terrified, bro. I'd just run. And this lasted for about a year or so, man. Like, this was like my biggest fear as a kid. I feared anybody on wheels. But I'm a grown-ass man now. So with all that being said,
would you knock me down a flight of stairs for $4 million?
Yes, I would.
I got a regimen, yo. I keep them shits moist.